It's Matt Simpson here from Forex.com, and I'm going to look at the Aussie yen purely from a technical perspective. Now, you'll often hear chartists talking about everything being in the price, and I do mostly agree with that, but sometimes, or quite often, you'll see a divergence between price action and fundamentals. Now, fundamentally, there's a good case for Aussie yen going higher, but over the near term, as we'll see shortly, I think there's also a case for a pullback purely from the charts. Now, let's step back to admire the view on this monthly chart, and it shows this 35-year range. But we've actually had this very strong rally from last April's low into these highs, and it has actually reached a 35-year high. However, prices are beginning to stall, and I think it's not that often you see prices simply break above a prior swing high like that, especially on the monthly time frame. And when you zoom into the weekly chart, things begin to get a little bit more interesting. Again, we really see how nice this trend has been, but there's not really been much of a pullback at all. And you could argue it's overextended from its 10-week exponential moving average. It's not really tested it for about a few months now. But if you zoom in, notice that this 2-bar bearish reversal called dark cloud cover is actually a bit of a bull trap. You had this break above this historical high, then a quick sell-off back beneath it. So ultimately, bulls got sucked in at the cycle high. There's now some holding losses. But if you look again, this week, we've tried to recapture some of those losses, but it's stalled at the 1991 high. That is quite a significant level that markets are obviously watching. Zooming down to the daily chart shows we've already had 4 days higher, which is not a common thing to see continue much beyond this point. So there's cases building for some mean reversion on the daily time frame. You've also got yesterday's high stalling around the monthly R1 pivots. You've got the 110 handle as well. Bearish divergence heading into these highs. So given the fact that we've not really seen a retracement, you've got a significant resistance levels around 1991 highs with a bearish reversal pattern on the weekly chart. I think that the case is building for a bit of a retracement. This could be an ABC move. So ultimately, whilst prices remain beneath this high, as long as we don't get too much aggressive bullish momentum from here, bears might be tempted to fade in on the assumption of an ABC movement lower, and that could see price come back down towards monthly pivot point around 107. We've also got a cluster around 106 or 106.50. As always, if that's useful, wish you best of luck with your trading.